Hi, so in chapter 4, actually, we need to overcome the fear of failure in order to be succeed. The person who is unable to overcome may fall into the trap of fear cycle. Actually, the past experience, negative experience in our life may deter us to overcome these situation. For example, if a child is fail to sell candy in his street for raising fund, fear may be raised when he would be in similar situation is in his adulthood also. So the thing is that we need to the fear of failure actually stop us from moving forward. There are some signs of falling into the trap of this cycle, like paralysis, procrastination, and purposelessness. So here, uh, I will follow the strategy how to overcoming of fear of these failure, because we cannot do our things if we all the time fear what would be happened and how we will do. Actually, we need to face the things, only then we'll be able to move forward. So this is chapter 4. In chapter 7, the thing is that in our as a human being, there are lots of events that happened in our life. So some serious incident, losing a job or losing parents, spouse, or something else. So we cannot stay home or be silent when happening this kind of incident in our life. Actually, here we need to say goodbye to yesterday to move forward. Actually, we can follow, I will follow the process, like acknowledge the pain, grieve the loss, and forgive the person, and I will forgive myself as well, determined to release the event, and I will move on. And in the chapter 7 here, I have to finalize the goal, what I want to do. Then I need to plan what I want to do and taking action, embracing the mistakes, then reevaluate the progress continuously, developing new strategies, and get over it and get going. That strategy I will take. I will follow here. Actually, I will not sit back in order to be succeed. I will follow or develop a new strategy. I will go with that by setting up my goal and executing the plan, no matter whether I go mistake or not.
Hello, I'm Susana Lopez, and I had to read the chapter 4, 7, and 15. And 15. And from the chapter 4, I got from it that it's important to learn that I don't have to personalize a failure, and that doesn't makes me a failure as well. So after understand that a failure is not what I am. I have to learn from that I can do better and take action and start moving. Also, I learned that failing forward is an opportunity to learn from all of the mistakes that I could make and that the things can be better always. So, from the chapter 7, after reading the Arnold Palmer history, and the lesson that I got from that case is that you will have good and bad experiences, but the important thing is that you always have another chance, another opportunity, and if you had a bad experience, it's only it's only temporal. It's not like permanent or for life. Also, that past can make you bitter or better, and it depends of what you do with your experiences, like breakdown or breakthrough. So to move on, you have to say goodbye to the past or yesterday. And from the chapter 15, I learned that it's more important what you do after you get. So from the chapter 15, it's more important what you do with happens to you. So after failing, you need to focus in a plan that the results of the plan bring success. Because if you don't have a plan, you can learn you can't learn from that mistakes, and you cannot develop new strategies to succeed. So to succeed, you have to keep going, keep moving, and take action to the plan or your goals that you define. So this strategy that I will adopt to focus on learning, I have 5 steps that works for me to learn better. It's read, uh, in particular in this class, read again the lectures that are shown in the class, make a concept map to understand more about the class, and discuss with a classmate what the topics are about, and reproduce the exercise from the class. And if I have questions, as someone who knows about it, and search for papers and for more exercise and practice until I understand everything. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, I'm Aziz. For me, from the chapter 4, the major takeaway from me for me is the quote by Langley that says that don't let a moment of disaster make you feel it's the end. And I also learned about the fear cycle that goes from fear to inaction, inexperience, and which leads to inability. And I also realized that the fear of failure stops forward progress. So my takeaway from chapter 4 is that whenever I'm being hit by a stumbling block, maybe from the project or anything, I won't let that deter me. I won't be scared of failing. I won't be scared of trying more problems because I'll be scared of trying more problems. And but on moving to chapter 7, the major takeaway from chapter 7 is not to dwell on the failures, on the mistake, like to always say goodbye to yesterday. Um, it also says that, for instance, it says that someone who is unable to get over previous odds and failures is at hostage. So from this chapter, I'm able to see and realize that whenever there's a bad performance, I should always get over it and try to do more, not to sit and not to sit and dwell on it, because I have to get moving. I have to be momentum, and I have to make mistakes moving forward. Another thing that I learned from the chapter 7 is that is what's in action is what in action can do to you. The so in the chapter 7, I also learned about how to move forward. That the first thing to do is to acknowledge the pain, and following that is that it's okay to grieve the losses, and we have to try to forgive and forgive the person, forgive yourself, and we have to determine to release the event and then move on. So for chapter 15, the main highlight of chapter 15 is to get up, to get over it, and get moving. I think for me, what I simply learned from it is that the most important thing is what I do after a failure. So I have to learn not to dwell on the failure, and to make sure that I move forward from there. Because I have to make sure, and I also have to make sure that I finalize my goal, so that I can turn my goal into success. Um, these are the things that I've learned, and in moving forward, I'm going to apply them in the way I approach the project, the assignments, the classwork, and everything that we've been doing, by making sure that by making sure that I get up, I get over it, and then I will get moving.
So from the chapter 4, I learned that fear makes come true, which I'm afraid of. So don't fear anything. Like don't fear of failures, because failures makes you the more learning person. So the first important step in weathering failure is learning not to personalize this. If I state sarcastically, like related to my situation right now, that is personalize your resume, not the failure. So there's the and then like when you see the when you personalize the failure, you will get into the fear cycle that's create the inability and you will lose the productivity. So don't do that. And after from the chapter 7, the one reason God created time is like you can bury your failures in the past. So someone like successful person, you won't find any successful person who is still dwelling in the past failure. So don't let your failure hold you as your hostage, as his hostess. And from like the bad experience of person's life is either a breakdown or breakthrough, but I will make sure my bad experience of my life will be will be the breakthrough, not the breakdown. So I need to keep that in my mind, because I have go through with my one failed startup. So I made so many mistakes in that. Then if I don't learn from that, then I would be the like I would be the hostage of my past mistakes. So I need to move on with that, and the only highlighting message of this chapter is related to my character right now. That is goodbye your yesterday and welcome to the new day, and move on. From the 15 chapters, it's what you do after you get back. Like you should have one plan. You should make one plan to get over your past failures, and go on with the new things, and make mistakes, welcome mistakes. That's okay. And the one sentence that touched my heart is like, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. So that's what I'm doing my all life. But from now on, I will concentrate on the learning, not the fear of failure. Because right now, till now in my life, I always concerned about the fear of failure. Like if I do mistakes, and what will I do if I do mistakes, what will I do if I fail. So I right now, from now, I won't worry about the things that not in my control. In my control is I have to give my best to the anything I have. Then whatever I get the idea, I will try on it, not doing any procrastination on it. So that's my learning from this chapter. And and the thing is, in this chapter, that we should have a plan and work on that. So you never if you get any mistakes, you will learn something about it. You will get some learnings out of it. So now only focus on the learning and forget about the failures and anything that will prevent me to work on my ideas, the new ideas, and will prevent me to get better person every day.